Harishchandragad. It's a favorite destination for adventure seekers in Maharashtra. There are many rocky mountains above the clouds, lush green plateaus, and wildflower bloomed plains in Harishchandragad. During the monsoon, these hills and mountains are full of waterfalls and streams. Once the monsoon is over, the hill range will be decorated with different colors of wildflowers. In the last 6 days, we crossed many mountains and forests in the Sahyadri range. Today, I am going to take you to the breathtaking natural beauty of Harishchandragad. Right now, we are at Harishchandragad. Yesterday morning, we started trekking from Kumshed village, crossed Mula river, passed many tribal villages like Patechuvadi and Pachnai, and reached Harishchandragad yesterday evening. We camped beside the tea shops near the temple. It was heavily raining here yesterday all night, but when I came out of the tent in the morning, the mist had moved away from here and the surrounding looks good in this weather. We can see many big mountains in the distance. Now, let's have a cup of tea and enjoy the clouds moving below the mountain peaks. Today, we are going to start the day in the morning itself. First, we will go to Konkan Kada in Harishchandragad. It's a steep rock facing down from this plain. We have to walk around 1 kilometer to reach the Konkan Kada from the temple where we camped yesterday. The views from the path to the Konkan Kada are really scenic. It's a beautiful plain here and many steep mountains in the distance. After 15 minutes of walking over the plateau, we reached the Konkan Kada. This viewpoint is magnificent. We can see a few steep rocky formations here and cloud is moving below the peaks. The valley below the Konkan Kada is also really spectacular. This viewpoint attracts a lot of tourists to Harishchandragad. I wish I could have flown along with these clouds like a bird. These views are really fantastic. All these rock formations face towards Konkan side and there is an overhanging semicircular rock here. While enjoying the view from the Konkan Kada, the surrounding is covered with thick mist. Now we can see anything beyond a few meters. The weather will change any time on highest peaks in the Sahyadri range. The 7th highest peak in Maharashtra is located in this Harishchandragad only. The peak is called Taramati. We could have seen some parts of the Taramati peak from here itself, but now the entire plateau and the peaks are hidden in the thick mist. The Taramati peak is at an altitude of 1429 meters above the sea level. From the top of the Taramati peak, we can see a distant view of Nanaghat hill range and many nearby forts. The weather is changing continuously here and it's beautiful to see the clouds rising through the rocks. There are a few waterfalls all over these rocky formations. When it rains here, we can see a lot of waterfalls all over here. But the whole area will be hidden in the thick mist when the rain subsides, and we cannot capture these sceneries properly. In the first 2 weeks after the monsoon, the Harishchandragad and similar forts will be spectacular. The weather will be very pleasant at that time, and we can see many mountains in the distance. Most of the plateaus and hills will be covered with wildflowers. The flowers start blooming here in the middle of September and most of them will be yellow colored flowers. The flowering will last for 2 or 3 weeks after the monsoon and they will dry up quickly. However, Harishchandragad attracts travelers and trekkers all over the year. Let's do this trek again after the monsoon and explore a few more places together. We can see many waterfalls all over the rocks, and they join together in the valley. There is a small village in the valley near the stream. Now we have returned from the Konkan Kada and reached the temple. We can see the Taramati peak at the top. Another major attraction at the Harishchandragad is the ancient temple at the top. The temple is entirely carved out of stones. Many caves are cut out of the rocks on the one side of the temple. On the other three sides, a wall is built with stone cut from the rocks. However, all four sides have an entrance to the temple. Also, there are many carvings in the entrance of the temple and on its walls. Some of them have fell down with age. There is a big pool just above the temple. The pool is made by carving the rocks. Also, on one side of the pool, a few caves are cut from the rock. There is a small temple near the pool. We can see a sculpture of Lord Ganesha inside it. There are a few more caves in the rock above here. The water coming from the mountain flows down here like a small waterfall. There are many shops near the temple in the Harishchandragad. All of them are temporary shops as this area is part of a wildlife sanctuary. The shops offer food and camping facilities for pilgrims and trekkers. These shops are run by villagers from Pachinai, which we saw yesterday. Last night, we pitched our tent in the corner of a shop here. Now we are returning from Harishchandragad. We are walking towards the Khireswar village, which is one of the base villages for Harishchandragad. The other two base villages are Pachinai village and Belpada. Trekking starting from Belpada is quite adventurous. There are many big rocky patches on the way from Belpada village. The easiest route is the one starting from the Pachinai village. It is only a 3-kilometer trekking from Pachinai village to Harishchandragad. But it will take at least a day to reach Pachinai village from Mumbai by public transportation. That's why we are returning by Khireswar village, which is around 7 kilometers of trekking from Harishchandragad. Another 5 kilometers of walk from Khireswar village will take us to Kubbi Fata on Kalyan Ahmednagar highway. Kubbi Fata is well connected to Mumbai and Pune by bus. The most scenic route to Harishchandragad is the one starting from Khireswar village only. To reach Khireswar village, first we have to walk 3 kilometers over this plateau. We have to cross a few small hills and forest to reach the other end of the plateau. Then we have to descend the hill around 4 kilometers through a dense forest to the village. The views on the way are spectacular. Now we have walked more than a kilometer and we can see the place where we camped yesterday in the distance. A lot of pilgrims are climbing the hill now. It's a beautiful lush green meadows and hills here, and we can experience different shades of green color all over this mountain. Now we have reached the end of the plateau after walking over this plain. There are a few steep rock faces here. We have to descend over these rock patches to reach the Khireswar village. There is another big mountain here and it is covered with green grasses. Its sides are also very steep and shrubs are growing on the edges. In the last week, we have climbed and descended many mountains and hills like this. To enjoy all these sceneries, we have to step out of the house and climb mountains and hills. There will always be someone saying that trekking and climbing mountains are very dangerous. Like in other sports, trekking, rock climbing and rappelling have their own challenges and issues. We should be aware of the challenges and problems we have to face while trekking alone over these mountains. We may get lost in these forests and mountains. We should be able to use the map to understand the terrain and move forward to find the actual path to the destination. We may fall down and get minor injuries while exploring this area. We may feel exhausted and fatigued on continuous days of trekking. So we should be always carry some basic medicines and other things. Like any other hobby and sport, trekking also requires constant practice and experience. But never defy nature when walking over these mountains. The valley on our left side is also scenic. We can see a small village near a lake in the foothills over there. Let's start descending the hill now. First, we have to descend to the area where these two mountains join together. Until that point, the path is a bit adventurous and it goes in a zigzag manner. The path is very narrow and steep in some places. Also, the rock patches are wet and slippery now. So, we have to be very careful while climbing down here. All the supporting handrails have fallen down. We have to climb down over many rocks like this to reach the bottom. In some places, the rocks have been cut like small steps, but they are not even. Also, we have to be careful about our bags hitting the sides while moving down here. It may cause you to lose the balance when descending here. The trekking through this route is a bit adventurous, but the route is very scenic. We can see many lush green hills, beautiful meadows and several waterfalls along the route. We have to move down a little bit to reach the col where these two mountains join. After that, the path is easy and there are no dangerous patches. We have to be very cautious while descending over this rock patch. One side of it is a deep abyss. So we have to be carefully make each step and hold on to the rock while moving down here. Now we have reached the col where these two mountains join and the difficult parts are over. From here, the path is through a forest. On the way down, we can see parts of the mountain where we come down from and its steep rocky faces. After moving down a little further, we came across a viewpoint which offers a breathtaking view of the valley beyond us. We can see a dam in the distance and Khireswar village on its bank. Beyond that, there are many mountains and hills. When I came here a few years ago, this whole area was covered with yellow colored flowers. Finally, we reached Khireswar village around 4 in the evening. By now, my feet are really hurting while walking. In the last 4 days, we had to walk in the rain for hours and we got fungal infections on our feet. Still, we have to walk 5 more kilometers to reach Kubbi Fata, from where we will get a bus to Kalyan. So without spending time in the village, let's keep walking towards Kubbi Fata. Our 7-day Maharashtra Monsoon Trekking Series is going to end here. We will come back to these hill ranges again, and I will show you the life in the laps of these hills and mountains. We are really indebted to many people during these 7 days. Many villagers offered us food and shelter and helped us on the way, and many other faces. With thanks to all the Indian trials.